Hello friends, this is Tarun Kumar working in Kendriya Vidyalaya Koraput. Welcomes all of you for today's English class. And today's topic is a poem. The name of the poem is Class Discussion and it comes under Class 5 English. Friends, in this topic, we are going to recite this poem as well as we are going to find out the questions and answers related to the poem content. So my dear friends, please listen to this video, watch this video up to the end and get your doubts clear. So my dear friends, let's start the poem Class Discussion, Class 5 English by Tarun Kumar. If you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button and you can share with your friends. Also, you can comment your suggestions in the comment box. So let's start the poem Class Discussion. Friends, before going to the lesson, let us find out what are the objectives we are going to achieve after this lesson. And the objectives are: number 1, spell and pronounce the words correctly, recite the poem with comprehension, understand the describing words related to nature of students. So friends, let's read the poem Class Discussion, Class 5. So first of all, let us find out what are the new words related to this poem. So we have to find out the answers, the meanings of the words, as well as we can use these words in sentences. And the first word comes as DISCUSSION. It is discussion and it means talking together in a group. And it can be used in a sentence like the children have a discussion for the birthday celebration. Friends, whenever we are having a celebration or whenever we are having a games period or any event in our class or at our home also, we start talking with each other in a group to find out a result. And on the basis of our talking and on the basis of our decision, we generally try to work on that. So that is called as a discussion. So always a discussion gives a result and that result becomes very helpful for everyone because a result comes from a discussion is always better. And the second word is AIRED, is air, and it can be have the meaning like make public. And you can see here All India Radio, Akashvani, and here our Honorable Prime Minister. So we can use it in a sentence like the Prime Minister aired some ideas to control coronavirus. Friends, whenever something is in our mind, that is remains as our private. That means nobody can understand. But if we will speak something, then everybody can hear, and that means that becomes as public, and that is called as aired. And you know, Man Ki Baat is a program organized by our Honorable Prime Minister. There our Prime Minister suggests so many remedies to control so many problems. So friends, air means make public. Next is BARELY. It is barely and it means only just, or we can say almost not. So this can be used in a sentence like he barely talked to me. Friends, barely means never. Means suppose two friends are here and these two friends are not talking to each other, then we can say one of the friends barely talked to the other. That means almost not. And the next word is stare, S-T-A-R-E. It means look constantly. Whenever we are looking at an object or a thing constantly, that is called as stare. And you can see in the picture, a child is looking the paper constantly. That can also be called as a stare. And we can use it in a sentence like the unhappy student stared at the question paper. That means the child doesn't know how to write the question answers. So the child constantly looks at the paper. So we can say the unhappy student stared at the question paper. Here it is Plain. It is plain. Plain means plain. It is clear or simple. Here you can say the building, and the building is the structure of the building is very simple, or we can say it is plain. So we can use it in a sentence like the building style is plain. So friends, let's start reciting the poem. And the poem name is Class Discussion. It is a very beautiful poem and quite enjoyable for everyone. Friends, in this poem, there is a girl who is very silent and she never speaks anything inside the classroom whenever there is a talking in group or a discussion inside the group. And the teacher, when she started to know the reason behind the girl, why the girl is not talking and why the girl is not participating any event or any discussion, the girl's reply was quite new and quite interesting. So my dear friends, all of you, please listen to this poem and you can practice it to home also. And I will explain the same thing also. So let's start. In the class discussion chain, you hardly said a word. In the class discussion chain, you hardly said a word. We all aired our opinions, but from you, we barely heard. It means, in this stanza, the poet wants to tell us that there was a student in the class whose name was Jane. In the class discussion, everyone in the class shared their opinions, but Jane sat silently without speaking a word. You sat and stared in silence, surrounded by the chatter. Now tell me, Jane, and please be plain. Is there anything the matter? You sat and stared in silence, surrounded by the chatter. Now tell me, Jane, and please be plain, is there anything the matter? In this stanza, it means Jane, the girl, sat in silence without speaking anything when the whole class was participating in the discussion. The teacher wanted to know the reason that why Jane remained silent. Jane looked up and then she spoke. Her voice was clear and low. There are many people in this world who are rather quiet, you know. Jane looked up and then she spoke. Her voice was clear and low. There are many people in this world who are rather quiet, you know. Here, Jane looked to her teacher and said in a low and clear voice that there are so many people in this world who are very quiet in nature. So this is the nature of a child who remains very quiet, very silent inside the classroom. Now friends, it is time for rhyming words. or tell is told as rhyme time. And the words are here, and we have to find out the rhyming words from the poem. And the word is word, W-O-R-D, word, and its rhyming word is heard. Chatter, and the rhyming word is matter. Jane, rhyming word is plain. Low, rhyming word is no. Now, my dear friends, do me a favor. Some of the questions related to your chapter. The first question is, what activity was going on in the class? A discussion on a topic was going on in the class. Who was the quiet one in the class? It means tell the name of the child who was very quiet, and none other than Jane was the quiet one in the class. Why was she quiet? Here are some of the reasons. She was afraid to air her opinions. She hated the noise. She didn't like the activity. She was quiet by nature. Friends, we have to find out which one answer which is true to the question. And the correct answer is she was quiet by nature. It is her nature only, and she didn't like the activity. It is false. She hated the noise. It is false. She was afraid to air her opinions. It is also false. But the correct answer is she was quiet by nature. How do you interact in class during discussions? Do you participate or remain quiet? And the answer, yes, I participate in the class discussion by sharing my views whenever it is necessary. And most important thing that I, most of the time, I speak less but listen more. Think and write. Choose two friends in your class who are very different from each other. Use the clues in the box to describe their nature. You may also add your own words to describe them. Here the clues are naughty, lively, sharing, careless, studious, quiet, friendly, helpful, regular, and cheerful. Friend, we have to choose two friends from our class. You can take your two friends. I have taken here two friends of mine, means two names I have taken, and I'm going to describe here. But you can take your friends' names and you can describe there. And let's start writing. Here you can see two friends are in two sides. You can see one is Rahul, another one is Sunil. Rahul is standing without studying, and he's having raising the hand like this, but Sunil is studying, and Sunil is a little bit serious in nature also. So my dear friends, let's start writing. We can say naughty quality is of Rahul, lively is Rahul, sharing maybe Rahul, maybe Sunil, careless, Sunil cannot be careless, and Rahul is very careless. Studious, it's Sunil only. Quiet, it's Sunil only. Friendly, it's Rahul, maybe Sunil also, but most appropriate is Rahul. And next in one is helpful. Helpful we can take Sunil and Rahul, both of them may be helpful. Regular, for regular we can choose Sunil, and for cheerful we can choose Rahul. And let's start writing. Rahul and Sunil are my two friends. Both of them are different from each other. Rahul is very naughty and lively. He is very careless in studies. He is friendly in nature. He remains cheerful always. But Sunil is very quiet in nature. He is studious and regular in our class. He is very helpful and sharing also. So friends, this is all about today's class, and in the next class I will discuss some more topics. If you like this lesson, please hit the like button, and you can comment your suggestions in the comment box. You can share with your friends. You can follow me on https://tarunkumardas.blogspot.com. So friends, thank you very much for being with me, and I will be back with a new video for you in the next class. Till then, bye bye.